So, how do we enter the present moment? And what does that mean? Imagine as though life were a movie and each moment is a freeze frame, a photograph. And as they keep going on and on and on and on, we have movement and we have linear time and we have narrative. So, at any given point in what we call the now, we are carrying a backlog of whatever was not yet processed from our past, and we are projecting expectations and plans and fears and desires onto future moments. So we can imagine like we're on this line of time, and where we're stepping is the present point, present moment. But the landscape that we're actually occupying with our attention is actually a wider field of this linear space, but behind and in front of us. So in this way, we're actually holding the movie rather than the freeze frame. And in this way, we are locating ourselves within narrative. So, what happens when we edit this size of the movie that we're holding as if we're funneling it down from either end, getting closer and closer to this middle point where we're standing, so that the line that we're standing on is getting thinner and thinner? We're dropping the frames from the edges, from the further back and the further ahead, and we're getting closer and closer into the now. Until these frames are so thin that we've brought our attention all the way from the future to right in front of us, and our attention all the way from the past to right behind us. And we're in this small sliver, this one piece of paper, this one photograph, this one thin cutout of the linear narrative. So we take a line and we're turning it into a point. We're taking 3D space and we're turning it into a sheet. What's it like in here? What's it like right here? Narrative releases itself to the present moment, which without linearity does not hold narrative. Narrative requires time. What are we left with? Perception, sensation. So, what's the perception and the sensation right here? Can we get even thinner? Maybe we're still holding 5 frames. Can we hold 3? Can we hold 1? How precise can we get? How thinly can we cut time? Until we're only in the here. The here, the moment that we always run from, that we're slightly putting ourselves to the left or to the right of, ahead or behind, encircling, spiraling around it. This fear of touching, of being in direct contact with what's here in the present moment, slightly dissociating ourselves into amplifying the field of time that we spread ourselves across so that we can dodge the now, place ourselves a bit in the past, a bit in the future, spread ourselves thin as we locate ourselves within the narratives that we build. and that we grab onto to protect us from having to collapse into the now and to truly feel. But then when we do so, we find that the place that we had been avoiding is the doorway into the home of true rest and respite. The ground, the stillness, the home that we had been needing so much. The now is the portal into the everything, the everywhere, and the infinite that holds us outside of narrative. The place where we would least expect it, entering straight into the center of things, is how we release ourselves, how we free ourselves from that which we felt we were in the grip of. Can we dare walk through the fog, through the fear, to find this point? The mystery of the eye of the hurricane. That one point when the line has collapsed in on itself. It's the portal to everywhere.